Have you ever wondered why certain neighborhoods have a higher concentration of Black residents and why these same neighborhoods often struggle with higher rates of poverty and fewer resources? The answer lies in a systemic practice known as redlining, a term that might not be familiar to everyone, but its effects have been felt by many, particularly in Black communities across the United States. Redlining originated in the 1930s during the Great Depression. The Federal Housing Administration, or FHA, was created to stimulate the housing market. They introduced a system to evaluate the risk associated with giving out loans to specific neighborhoods. This system involved color-coding neighborhoods on a map. Green indicated best, blue still desirable, yellow declining, and red hazardous. Red zones were often predominantly Black neighborhoods, and thus the term redlining was born. The FHA justified this policy by claiming that Black residents would decrease property values. This belief was not based on any concrete evidence, but rather on discriminatory attitudes and stereotypes. Consequently, Black residents, even those with the financial means, were denied loans and insurance policies, effectively preventing them from buying homes in better neighborhoods. What followed were decades of disinvestment in these redlined areas. With limited access to loans, residents couldn't afford to buy or improve homes, leading to housing decay. Businesses, too, were less likely to set up shop in these areas, leading to fewer job opportunities and a lack of essential services. In the 1960s, the Civil Rights Act outlawed redlining, yet the harm was already inflicted. The wealth gap between white and Black families had notably broadened, and segregation had deeply rooted in neighborhoods nationwide. Come to the present day, and the effects of redlining persist. Black families suffer from restricted access to quality education, healthcare, and other services due to the neighborhoods they reside in. Their wealth accumulation tends to be less, providing fewer resources to bequeath to future generations, hence making it more challenging for them to shatter the poverty cycle. This video has taken you through the history of redlining, from its roots in the 1930s, its banning in the 1960s, to its lingering effects today. We've discussed how redlining led to housing decay and lack of services in Black neighborhoods, and how it has contributed to today's racial wealth gap. But the story doesn't end here. There are initiatives in place to reverse the effects of redlining. Policies aimed at improving housing, education, and services in previously redlined areas are being implemented. Affordable housing programs are making it possible for Black families to own homes. Community development projects are bringing essential services back to these neighborhoods, and efforts are being made to close the racial wealth gap. Remember, understanding the past is key to shaping a better future. By acknowledging the injustice of redlining and working to reverse its effects, we can move towards a more equitable society for all.